All right. There goes the ding, and you're in the hot seat now. Grant Iverson is our guest this afternoon on the alumni. I guess it's not quite a podcast, but alumni conversation. We'll kind of start with the same question we start with everybody. Who are you? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Kind of stuff. So give us that little update.
Yeah, sounds good. First off, feel honored to be one of the first guests to come on and do an interview. I'm Grant Iverson. I was out of the class of 2014. I was a cross country track guy 4 years. Known Rob for a long, long time. Our coach Pacey for a long, long time.
Yeah,
Uh,
way before I was Coach Pacey, that's for sure.
So I think I got into it right away as soon as I could, cross country and track, and was pretty involved with that all throughout my 7 years, I guess. And then I went off to college at UT Martin, ran there for a year and a half, and after some injuries back and forth, it's kind of where my college career ended, and finished up some schooling. Now I'm here in Bloomington at State Farm and working there in their purchasing department, and it's going great.
Awesome, awesome. So I guess maybe talk a little bit about obviously you transitioned junior high through high school, um, kind of found a niche with some of the longer distance stuff in high school towards the end, the last couple of years. Did you ever think you'd be running in college?
No. So you would remember just as good as anybody else, I'm sure. But when I first started running, I definitely did not fit the shape or mold of a runner. I was a chubby little kid. And so definitely a big progression over all the years, with some setbacks here and there. But yeah, I would say in junior high, it was a lot of fun just getting out there with the team. And once I learned like I could play baseball and run, that was a lot of fun. The morning practices with the guys and going to pick up like Dustin Mercer at his house in the mornings to get him to come run with us.
Yeah.
And then as we transitioned into high school, it's kind of a lot of the same, just all different kinds of training throughout all the summer and winter, and whether it was freezing out and snow beards that we had, or the I remember we'd like run out at the lake and jump in the water at like the beach like mid run, and then our shoes would be soaked. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was cool because you and like Hayden Young and Brock Peever and some of those guys were kind of like that first crew that I started coaching in junior high when I was helping Dr. Brem. And then you guys moved to high school, and I got to be a little bit involved with both levels, and I'm still involved. So it's been cool to kind of see how that group has kind of moved forward with their life. Would you say that any experience in cross and track kind of like shaped your career choice at all, or did you kind of have a moment where like you said, you quit being the college student athlete and then you started being just the college student? Was that a rough transition, or did they kind of tie into each other? I guess, what was that like?
yeah, it was kind of an interesting transition. I went from all the way from like sixth grade all the way through high school and all the way into college. I would go to school and then I'd have practice, and so um, that was kind of always my mentality, is was working on something, trying to get better at something. Um, when I stopped running in college, I went from pretty consistent training of morning practice, go to the trainers, get work done, like PT and stuff, go to class, go work out again, and then do a lifting session in the night. So pretty intensive training too. A lot more laid back style. I didn't really work out there for a few years, just trying to like relax, let the body recover. May let it recover a little too long, but we're back in it now. But yeah, I would say in terms of like my career, my like career path, um, I guess what I gained from all of it was definitely like drive and self determination, as well as like discipline. Since cross country and track are such, yeah, they're team sports, but they really are like if you want to get better too, they're also just as much individually. You have to step up for yourself. So, like as I got into studying business in college and what I wanted to move forward with, I knew taking those traits I learned and running and being around my coaches and yeah, it definitely helped shape everything I've done. So
Awesome. That's good to hear. And like you said, you're doing well at State Farm and enjoying that vibe. So that's good.
mhm.
Um, we'll transition just a little bit here. You and like Lester Sander and Cody Harrison and the crew have been pretty active on Strava lately, which I really enjoy. It's kind of like the old days, except we're all a little bit older, which is cool. Um, I guess some advice for our current high school athletes as we move into summer training. It's not going to be your typical summer training, but maybe um, just a piece of advice for them or words of wisdom or just something from a guy that's been there and tried to kind of have to build your own team through a summer for the folks that we have right now.
Yeah. So first, I guess on the Strava part, that's been a really cool. I don't know how new that is to running. I just got back into running a few months back, so um, I've loved been using it. Like I've been connected with Lester and Cody and Josh Mercado now, and you and um, some other guys that I used to run with in college, and it's a really good way to not only like track your app, but like follow your teammates and kind of keep each other accountable. I know, like I'm always making sure that I'm checking in to see what those other guys are doing, and I like we're all competitive, so
Yeah.
seeing if we can run more miles or whatever it may be. I definitely think if I were back in high school or even maybe in junior high and I was wanting to set some goals, this would be a really good way to go about it. I think
Mhm.
there's a way to make like groups or like clubs or teams.
Yeah, there's a way to make clubs and teams. So who knows? We might add you to the team. You can be back on the squad. It,
Of
it
that.
might be kind of cool to like have some challenges between the alumni guys and the current ones. So I mean,
Yeah.
we won't run as fast, but we can probably run as many miles. Who knows? So
Yeah. I think I texted you the other day. It's definitely an adjustment going from running one speed to a new speed that's much slower, but happy to be out there and happy to be just healthy in general. The other cool thing though about this training during the summer, like you guys are going to have to take on some responsibility yourselves there, which I think is really cool. So, pushing your teammates is something I had to go through, um, especially as we developed, making sure guys were being held, make sure you get out and run today and how many miles did you get this last week and did you get any workouts in? And so I think that Strava app, that'd be a really cool way to like keep track of all of that.
yeah, it's cool. It's
Well, that,
good to hear a perspective. It's nice because there's just such a different variety of people on there, and it's a really good way of just kind of keeping tabs on folks. So I'm looking forward to a summer of that. It's going to be cool. So I'll
yeah.
give you one more question, and then we'll wrap it up. Um, you're back running, so I have to ask. We always threw out the idea of a PBL alumni river to river team of just Paxton guys because we always have a few, and then we have to bring in guys from St. Joe and Monticello and parts unknown. So, what do you think the chances are of an all Paxton PBL river to river team?
Well, I mean, I am a bit of an alumni there. No, I'm just kidding. I ran it one time with you guys back in my freshman year of college. Super fun race. Um, I would totally be down for. I think by the time I would assume next year they'd probably do it around the same time.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm in better shape by then. Not, I think I'd be down for it. The legs are getting slowly faster over time. It's like one of the best races, though. I was just looking through some, like I was telling you before, I was looking for a PBL shirt. I didn't find one that was like, I didn't think I found one that looked good enough to wear for this, but I found the old River to River plaque, and I was just thinking about those old memories and how fun of a day that was.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're doing a nice job representing that OVC shirt, though. I like it. It's a good look.
It is
So,
a look. I'm glad it fits again.
hey, keep good chatting with you. Keep up the good work. I'll end the recording here, and we'll just wrap it up. Nice chatting with you, Grant.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.